What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I've had to switch around my upload schedule just a little bit. Because we've got a new UlforceVeedramon, it's a new super rare, that's pretty exciting, that is worth getting excited about. But way more importantly than that, we've got a new Rina Shinomiya, and we got a secret rare Tamer? We've never had a secret rare Tamer. This is like a legit big deal. So, have fun. I mean, the good news is we're definitely getting an alternate art, because we always get alternate arts of secret rares. But, yeah, alternate art of a Tamer? That's weird, right? How cool is this? I am excited, ladies and gentlemen. I am a little bit excited. So we've got a new big super rare level 6 to be having a talk about. And we got ourselves a secret rare Tamer, and it better be good enough to justify that. So let's start off having a look, back at a level 3 of course, with Veemon. And we've got what we've seen with some of the other evolution lines in this particular set. And that is, of course, that Rina does appear in the artwork for all of these Digimon, going all the way up through the evolution line, right up into UlforceVeedramon. And I said it in a couple of videos, I'll say it again now. I love this. I think this is a wonderful idea. And I hope to see more of this as we move forward, because this is extremely cool. So, yeah, Veemon, what have we got? Translations from the lovely folks at Ensan Gaming and the lovely me, because I've had a look at some of these as well. So, Veemon, we got a free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 1,000 power, nothing too special. Although the 1,000 power tells us it's probably going to be alright. When you play it, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Digimon with Veedramon in its name, i.e. going all the way up the line, and a blue Tamer card from among them to your hand, putting the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And obviously, right, we've seen a bunch of skills like this before. This shouldn't really surprise anyone. It's a great skill. It's a really good skill. It's one that is going to see a whole bunch of play, because why would it not? We know that these look at the top X cards of your deck, find some stuff, go for it. Yeah. I mean, you know, the Veemon that came around in BT8 seen a bunch of play, and all it does is get you a 2-color card with blue. The fact that this can get you basically anyone in your evolution line, and it can get you a Tamer as well, shall we say that's a moderately big deal. We've then got an inheritable skill on your turn, once per turn. When you play a blue Tamer, get +1 memory. Nice. This is good. It basically means that every time you play a blue Tamer, it costs 1 less memory than it maybe should. And it is very much worth pointing out here that we've got a cool thing going on where if you've got multiples of these all the way up, then you can actually just, you know, if you've got, say, 3 Digimon that have Digivolved from your Veemon, then all of a sudden, hey, you can gain 3 memory when you play one. That's a big deal. Now, as we move up into Veedramon here, one thing we will see, and essentially it's this and above that can be searched out with Veemon, we'll notice that the art is kind of similar, and you should notice that Sasasi here has actually done the artwork here all the way up to the level 6, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6. I love when they do stuff like this where they've clearly got the same artist going all the way up through. I've already said you got the connective tissue with the Tamer, now you got the artist as well. I love this. So yeah, Veedramon here. We got a 6 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 6,000 power. The play cost and the power are high for a level 4. That is higher than we usually see. On your turn, once per turn, when a blue Tamer is played, as in when you play one, draw a card. Yes. Obviously amazing. This is great. Because, I mean, it's a static skill, so when you Digivolve out, you lose it. But in theory, if you've got a Veedramon that has evolved from a Veemon, you play a blue Tamer, gain a memory, and draw a card. Yeah, this is an engine I can get behind. Oh yeah, we've then got the same inheritable skill as we see on the Veemon here. When a blue Tamer is played, when you play it, you gain a memory. So now, if I've got a level 5 that's Digivolved up from the Veemon to the Veedramon to the level 5, I play a blue Tamer, I gain 2 memory. If I've got 2 level 5s with these 2 in the evolution sources, all of a sudden, I get to gain 4 memory. And the important thing, and this is very, very important, you are gaining memory you are not reducing the cost of the tamer. And this is a really, really big difference, because if you're reducing the cost of the tamer, it can't go below 0. A 4-cost tamer can be free, but it can't be any less than that. But if you're gaining memory, you could potentially, if you've got 4 level 5s, all of which evolve from Veemon and Veedramon, which, yes, I know isn't that likely, but it is possible. All of a sudden, I play a tamer, I gain 8 memory. So I can play a 4-cost tamer and gain 8 memory, so I've got 4 more memory than I started with, and I've got my tamer on the board. Cannot be the only one that thinks that sounds amazing. Yeah, this one's getting me a little bit excited. We then move up into our level 5 AeroVeedramon, which is actually very different to the ones we've seen before. The level 3 and the level 4 clearly have a nice little style going on. We've still got the same artist. We've still got Rina sitting there in the art. But now we've got a very different kind of card. 8 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 8,000 power. All pretty standard. It's on the higher end, but still pretty standard. And what we've got here is a skill, main. By resting this Digimon, you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and take all the blue tamers among them and put the other cards to the bottom of your deck in any order that you like. Okay. Sounds fair enough, I suppose. Now, this is great for searching out your tamers, and then of course, in theory, you have Digivolve from Veemon and Veedramon, so essentially, you rest AeroVeedramon, you do give up an attack, you're not attacking, and you do leave yourself vulnerable to be attacked, because remember, suspended Digimon can be attacked, but then you search out your tamers, and then you play them for free! Which is pretty gosh darn nice. Do bear in mind, of course, that Veemon and Veedramon are once per turn, so if you get 2 blue tamers, you cannot play both of them and gain the memory both times. You can play both of them, but you'll only gain the memory the first time. You've then got an inheritable skill. When attacking, once per turn, activate one of Rina's on-play effects. Oh, well that's an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen. That is a very, very interesting one. So your inheritable skill is once per turn when attacking, so this is when the level 6 is attacking, you get to use one of Rina's play skills. Now, at this stage there is an important question. Have we had Rina before? Yes, we have. It was in BT2. Was there a play skill? Yes, there was. Reveal 3 cards on the top of your deck, add a Digimon card with V in its name among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So you can get yourself a Veemon, Veedramon, AeroVeedramon, or UlforceVeedramon, any of them would do. So actually here, yes, we do have a play skill on the existing Rina, and it is actually a pretty good skill that we may well want to use when attacking, which is quite nice. But we do have a secret rare Rina that we will get to in a moment. And obviously, when we have a look at Rina in a moment, we'll, circle back to this and have a good old look at whether this inheritable skill is everything we dreamed of and just a little bit more. But we need to have a good old look now at UlforceVeedramon, because that is, of course, the big scary one that we've been leading up to this whole time. Now, what we've got here is obviously a level 6, and we've got 12 cost to play normally, 4 cost to Digivolve, 12,000 power. Pretty understandable, honestly. It's generally 11-3-11 or 12-4-12, so 12-4-12, yeah, it's fine. It's not particularly good or bad, it's fine. You'll notice there is another Tamer and a BlackWargreymon on the artwork here, so look out for other callbacks coming in. But what we've got here is a skill. When Digivolving, you can play a blue Tamer from your hand without paying its cost. Now, 2 great things about this. Firstly, playing a Tamer for free, that's a good thing. But secondly, you still gain the memory from the inheritable skills of Veemon and Veedramon. And if you've got a Veedramon on the field, you still draw a card. Remember, I've said this and it's a really important point. You are gaining memory, not reducing the cost. So yes, you absolutely can take advantage of this to gain memory while playing a Tamer for free, which is kind of broken and kind of awesome. Also, another really good use for AeroVeedramon's skill here, because of course you want to search out your Tamers of AeroVeedramon, and then Digivolve up later and play for free. Oh yeah, and on your turn, when a blue Tamer comes into play, unsuspend this Digimon. Because you were probably thinking, like I was thinking, well, hang on a second, Wassy. What's going to happen here is you're going to use AeroVeedramon skill, suspend it to search your Tamer, Digivolve up, play the Tamer for free, but now your level 6 is suspended. It can be attacked on your opponent's turn. You can't attack. This is rubbish. But no! If you Digivolve up, play a Tamer for free, then a blue Tamer has come into play, then you activate. Now, it's a little bit risky, because if you don't hit a Tamer from the top 3 cards of your deck with AeroVeedramon, you can't then play it for free and unsuspend. But when this works, you grab a Tamer, play it for free, unsuspend, so the only downside of using that skill, the suspending, isn't actually a downside at all. And then, of course, you're hopefully gaining memory. So if this goes well, even with one evolution line, you're finding a Tamer, playing it for free, and gaining 2 memory all in one go, which is ridiculous. I adore this, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely adore this. Then, on your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes active, return one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon to their hand. But for each blue Tamer you have, you can increase the target level by 1. So if you've got 2 blue Tamers out, it's actually a level 5 or lower Digimon that goes to your opponent's hand. Bearing in mind, it becomes active when you play a blue Tamer. So when you Digivolve up, in theory, you play a Tamer, unsuspend, and then get rid of one of your opponent's Digimon, and you'll have at least 1 Tamer in place, so it's at least a level 4 that goes back. And I adore this. Now, I'm talking about all the, the evolution skills here, but bear in mind, 2-3 turns later, when UlforceVeedramon's sitting out there, you can just play a Tamer. So you attack, you're suspended, play a Tamer, gain the memory with your evolution skills, unsuspend, attack again. You'll also notice the skill on your turn when you play a blue Tamer, this Digimon unsuspends. It is not limited to once per turn. You don't need to know Japanese for this. Look at the third skill. It's clearly once per turn. That is when you become active, return one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon to their hand. No. And generally speaking, you can't play multiple Tamers during your turn because you don't have the memory to do so, but you're gaining memory when you play Tamers. So it is absolutely possible here that you get a really good board state. 2 Veemon into 2 Veedramon, and then you go up to UlforceVeedramon, and then essentially what you do here is attack, then you play a Tamer, but it's free because you're gaining 4 memory, and then you unsuspend. And do remember the skills are limited to once per turn, so then maybe you've got enough memory to play one for normal, or maybe you've got more gaining memory skills. You can't just loop it, unfortunately, because Veemon and Veedramon's Inheritable skills are limited to once per turn. But it basically means that at least, if you get a good setup here, you should be getting 2 attacks and a new Tamer every turn. It's really nice. I adore this. But we haven't talked about Rina yet, so we probably actually should. What we've got from Rina here is a free cost Tamer, which is lovely, gaining memory and all of that, because you're gaining memory when you play, so the cheaper the better. And we've got a play skill that says, until the end of your opponent's next turn, one of your Digimon with Veemon or Veedramon in its name, and I have gone and double checked and it is in its name, so it goes all the way up to your level 6, gains blocker and evade until the end of your opponent's next turn. And bearing in mind, we go back now to AeroVeedramon with its Inheritable skill that when you're attacking once per turn, you activate the on-play effect. You've either got the searching skill from BT2 Rina, or you give one of your Digimon a blocker and evade, which is ridiculous, and I love it. Plus, when your Digimon with Veedramon in its name suspends, you suspend this Tamer, then activate that Digimon's evolution effect. And we've got a few options, UlforceVeedramon, the evolution effect is that you can play a blue Tamer from your hand for free. So that seems pretty good, yeah? Digimon with Veedramon in its name suspends, you then suspend Rina and play a blue Tamer for free. Now, do bear in mind, it is when your Digimon with Veedramon in its name suspends, you suspend Rina to activate that Tamer's evolution effect, or that Digimon's evolution effect. That is really, really, really important. So you can't just kind of pick and choose all of them. So, yeah. This is still a very, very, very nice set of skills to have. We're not actually done yet. Rina's still got more to it than that, because on your turn, once per turn, when your blue Digimon unsuspends, you gain a memory. So, again, we're going back to UlforceVeedramon here, and to be fair, unsuspending is a kind of thing UlforceVeedramon does, but we're really focused on this one for the moment, because remember, when a blue Tamer comes into play, you unsuspend, and in theory, when a blue Tamer comes into play, you're gaining memory from Veemon and Veedramon skills. Now you're also gaining a memory from Rina as well, and it's only one, it's once per turn, but still, this adds up very nicely indeed. I've been talking this whole set about how the super rares all seem a little bit ridiculous. I think we might have another one here, and having this secret rare Rina really helps as well, but this is the kind of thing I think we should be getting a little bit excited about. This is awesome, and look, secret rare Tamer, we ain't never seen one of them before, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't never seen one of them. But now it's over to you guys. I want to know what you think about this. I want to know if these are as good as I think they are. And what are your feelings about having a secret rare Tamer in the first place? Let me know in the comment section. Get us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and card games and all kinds of other fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.